Wow, I am shocked. I am shooketh. This new Godzilla news is exciting, especially if you're a Godzilla fan. If you're a Godzilla fan, you should be really happy with this because, yeah, we had Godzilla Minus One. They're talking about how successful it is. It's definitely a huge success. Huge success! And for the brand itself, we're getting Godzilla, Kong, Supernova. There's some new stuff that I haven't yet talked about yet. But Godzilla in Japan it's awesome. There's more Godzilla stores coming up. I can't wait to go to Odaiba. You guys got to go check out Awaji Island. There's this ride where you fly into the mouth. I flew into the mouth, zip line to the mouth. It's really fun. But Godzilla is here to stay. But what surprises me is that I did not think they'd go back to Shin Godzilla at all. Okay, this is coming from Bloomberg. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It says a turning point came in 2023 with the film Godzilla Minus One. Toho was able to make and distribute the Japanese language movie itself, bypassing the Hollywood studios that serve as gatekeepers to U.S. theaters. It was produced for a relatively low $15 million, then went on to generate $114 million globally and earn an Oscar for visual effects, blah, 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 blah. The biggest news on this little snippet is this. Building on Godzilla Minus One's performance, Toho is planning a sequel for as soon as next year, so we're going to get a Minus Two. I don't know if it's called Minus Two yet, but it's going to have a sequel as soon as next year. Exciting stuff. Plus a potential sequel to the film Shin Godzilla. Wait, what? We're going to have an actual sequel to Shin Godzilla? The Minus One wasn't just a reboot and they're not going to go back. They're going to go back to Shin Godzilla? That is cool. I don't know if it's going to be by Hideaki Anno or the previous team where they're going to have anything to do with those weird creatures on his tail at the end of the movie. Nothing more than that, or is it going to be anything from Hideaki? I don't know. But they're saying there's going to be a potential sequel to the film, which in itself is kind of cool and awesome because we're going to get Minus Two, we're going to get Shin Godzilla, we're still going to get the American Godzilla, and they also says an untitled Southeast Asia focused project. Don't know what that is. I don't know. It might be related to that thing they showed, that green Minus One looking Godzilla when they did that. Could be. I don't know. And also, co-producing a second season of Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which I think it's going to be more Kong than Godzilla, but we'll see. But just Shin Godzilla is fantastic. I think it's definitely a huge movie. It was great at that time. It is still great now. It's not as exciting as Minus One. There are exciting moments, but there's a lot of great drama in it, political drama in it, and I gotta admit, at first I didn't quite love it, but as I watched it more and more, I loved it even more. They did a re-release of, I think it's a 4K re-release of Shin Godzilla, so there's some cool things out of that. The Awaji Island experience, if you ever get to go to Japan, Awaji Island, that experience is definitely Shin Godzilla. You can't see it there. I don't think they even released it, but there is an actual short film before you ride the thing that's all about Shin Godzilla and how Shin Godzilla was actually a god or something from the ocean during the feudal Japan time, and it's kind of it was a kind of a cool little short film, but there is definitely a love of Shin Godzilla there. Right here, look, I even have it on my coffee mug here. Yeah, I got that. But yeah, so I still think there's some love for Shin Godzilla as well, and so I'm really excited to see what they're going to come up with that Godzilla along with the other Godzillas. But yeah, part 2 Shin Godzilla, don't know if it's called part 2, but I'm just saying it's going to be exciting, and I think this news excites me because it's not like we're just going to get one type of Godzilla. They're making multiple. They're building on the brand. There's more Godzilla stores in Japan now. There's Godzilla. Wow. Wow. If you're a Godzilla fan, this should excite you to no end. Yeah, let's go.